5,
Wait.
4, 5.
Can we intro like iCarly?
Yeah, go on then.
No.
Can I count you in?
know, you see.
Somehow the world will change me. Hello, you're listening to Scuff Unit.
I unit.
Have we started? I can't tell.
I have started, but I mean,
greetings, hello everybody.
Welcome to the ScuffCast,
You're listening to
old school RuneScape's #1 podcast, featuring guests from all over Gillinor.
Hello everyone. How are we? Have we had a good? Hang on, let me go to my own YouTube channel and see when we last made a podcast because we are not very good at this schedule thing. 2 weeks ago. There you go.
It's not that bad.
Have we had a good 2 weeks?
yes.
Yeah.
We've all been playing
yeah.
the game, haven't we?
What have we been doing
Yeah.
in the game?
ToA!
Yeah.
Yay,
It's been
ToA.
literally just ToA. I haven't left ToA Bank since release. I've done I've done one clue scroll.
I haven't even
Yeah.
done any clues, man.
I've been doing clues.
So
So yeah, ToA came out. The last podcast was done the evening before release, and yeah, it came the next day. I played for it about 2 hours, and then I drove to Tom's and played some more.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it was fun. We had a lot of
It's been
yeah, I think we got a drop on day 1, or was it day 2?
day 1.
Oh no,
we got-
we got some on
mate,
day one.
we got 3. No, I think we got about 5 in the first 24 hours, and then we had
Wow,
nothing.
0. Yeah,
Nothing
so
for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, the Missouri body was day 2. Like it just all blurred into one. So I just started editing my video for it. So we had a light bearer, then we had a ward, and then you guys got a light bearer when I was having dinner. No, sorry, you got a ward when I was having dinner. Then I came back for the back-to-back and we got a light bearer. And then we
this
had
is
the
all day
Missouri.
1, right?
Yeah, that was day 1. Day
And then
2,
day 2.
we went dry until the evening and got a Missouri body, and then Complex got a light bearer. So that's
Yeah.
and then Toddadale got a fang. Matt got a fang, and that's like kick-started his luck, and we stopped going with him, and went off in our own
The
4
Matt incident.
because you went home, and then
Yeah.
Matt ended up making like 2 bill, and
Matt is
we
now richer than me.
what in game?
It's quite. Yeah, I'm pretty.
in game. No.
No.
Financially.
Anyway, yeah. So
Yeah, man,
we got,
stacked now.
like you say, we had an amazing start, and then it just went.
Yeah, we fell off. We should have. Well, sorry, I'm drunk. I've had half a beer. We should
Oh,
have.
heavens.
We should have
Crumbs.
stayed with Matt because he got
Well,
everything and
no,
we got
like-
fuck all.
I like Matt, but I just enjoy doing it with her.
I like Matt, but we have a problem
He's
with
a
Matt
mess.
on this podcast.
No.
Fuck that on my chest.
So we, like before ToA came out, we pretty much made it clear we were gonna do it as a group, us 4, and we stuck to it,
Yeah,
and it proved to be. I mean, it was fun, but
Disaster.
we learned.
Disaster.
We learned fast though. I think when we started going as a 4, I noticed our invocations went up from like a few normals, and then we started pushing like 250s on the third
Yeah.
day, which I think was pretty good.
So what are you like actually? What are you guys' thoughts on it as a whole?
What, just the whole raid?
Too
the whole
burger
raid.
friendly.
It's
I think it's
very
the-
good.
I think it's the greatest RuneScape update ever on old school.
It's
Really?
It's
Wow.
definitely
Yeah.
up there for sure.
I think it
It's
is.
Yeah.
In terms of like
almost-
their unique content, I think it is. The
It's
best.
like almost
Yeah.
perfect. The issue with it is, and Dan put it very bluntly, is it is
The
like
burgers are
burger
rewarded.
friendly.
Mm.
And I know people go, well, yeah,
Like-
but you can make it harder. But it's like even like
Yeah, but the
Expert.
problem
What's the
is
point?
because it's so yeah, but because it's so accessible, like the stats don't lie. 1.6 million completions. How many purples have come into the game? Like by Christmas,
Fucking loads.
everything's just going to be sub 100 mil, like the Missouri items.
I don't think so,
Fang.
man.
I
I
think-
do.
I think like the ring and the fang are gonna hold their value just because they're like kind of essential for the raid itself.
Ring's
but
too
the other
common.
things.
You have a look at what
Yeah.
they've just done the last few days, making Walk the Path almost necessary for experts. Well, I'd say for like
Yeah,
doable
like, you
experts.
guys-
I think they've cut. I think so many people have just given up now,
Mm,
Yeah.
I mean,
and I think prices will
I've noticed
stay.
a lot less people doing it.
not
Mm.
I
naming
mean,
names.
I'm not doing it at the minute
but-
because the RuneScape servers are absolute trash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
As
that's
well
I
as
think
my
the
own
issue-
internet,
the
and I
elephant in the room.
can't blame
I
it all
think
on
the issue
ToA,
is the
but-
fact that you can be a mid-tier player and do 150s and make absolute fucking bank.
Well, this is the thing.
And that just shouldn't be the case. Like 150s are so easy. They're like easier than fucking like regular
Chambers,
150
chambers.
should
Right?
have
yeah.
been
They're
entry,
so
right?
easy.
You should have had like
'Cause-
a requirement to have entry, and then have
Mm.
like normal scaled up, probably from I'd say 250 to 350, and then expert above
The
that.
fact that you can walk into a 150, get a purple, and it could just be a staff,
Like,
that to me is just dumb.
That's the point I was gonna make. Like, it's fine getting purples or 150s, but I saw at Econ, I think it was at Econ, or someone put out a tweet like they should lock the staff and the Missouri behind higher invocations, and
Yeah,
a lot of
they
people
don't.
complained. They were like, "Wah, fucking elitist."
expert
But I
buff.
actually agree because, like you say, you can walk into a 150, take like 40 minutes, not even make time, and still get a fucking best in slot item. Like,
Yeah. It seems to me that
but then
before the recent update, the people that were able to do 300 experts are now struggling with the 250s
yeah,
because
but
they
then I suppose you can make
reduced some of the
argument that-
invocation point numbers. But like, I don't know. Maybe staff at like 250 plus. But again, I think it is still like horrifically rare to get. Right? I mean, we've only had
We've
one
just seen
person in our
in
clan get it,
entire
and that was
clan,
Zoe.
haven't we?
I guess it's that whole sort of like
He didn't even
Um,
get it.
it's
She
rare
just
Oh, yeah,
split
true,
it,
yeah.
split.
like loud in a way, so like you see them, but in like reality of things, probably is quite rare
Mm.
because we know how tight the RuneScape community is. We pretty
Well,
much
besides the staff, let's talk about the staff. Let's say you do 150s and all you get is like fucking Missouri chaps and light bearers. You're still making a ridiculous amount of money.
yeah. I
for
think
a
it should have.
level.
I think it, in a way, you know how Cox kind of has like the rarity scale, and each item has like its own rarity. I think they should have added that. Basically, well, obviously everything's
Speaking
like
of
rarer
the,
than another, but it should be locked behind like X amount of invocation, not just like
I think the Fang is more
Everything
common than
upwards.
Masori, right?
I think
yeah.
so,
I
by
mean,
far
from
more.
how it seems, the ring is kind of like the Avernic and Prior scrolls of the raid, and then you've got
The Ward
Like,
and the Fang are the same,
the
probably.
Ward and the Fang, probably, yeah, and then Missouri upwards. But it just feels like it felt so common. It feels different now, but like that first week, like when people were going in and doing 150s, 160s and shit, and just getting like absolutely stat, it felt really common.
Yeah.
And then we were just there like struggling to get a drop. And when we did get a purple, it was a ring.
Wah, wah, wah.
Exactly that. I mean, I know we can play
Fucking
like
hear it.
okay, at the end of the day, like it's all numbers, right? It's all RNG. Literally, people can't control it. But it was demotivating as shit when we were putting in like 10 to 12-hour shifts and just getting nowhere. Like in the time that we were putting, getting 0 purples, all the others in the clans were just like, oh, pause, oh my god. You know, like fuck, it was,
Pause.
we were
pause.
just
Yeah,
there
I
like
was pausing.
there was like what 10 times where we were just sat doing a raid. We were all like low toned, just like oh, fuck it, yeah. And then
Yeah.
you get
It's 'cause-
Alison like pause, and we're just like, oh my god,
It's all. I mean, I feel like it. We probably shot ourselves in the foot by trying to game too hard, like by doing because we were pushing 270s on like day 4,
Yeah.
and I feel
Yeah,
like
that's the
everyone
thing.
else was doing 150s and just like doing
I was
25-minute
gonna,
raids and getting stuff.
I was gonna say, like, there was a point in the first week where there was just no what's the word, incentive to do higher tier raids because you could just do piss easy 150s and still get fucking drops. And we, like you say, we were doing like 200 plus, making it harder for ourselves for literally no reason.
Yeah.
I guess like, you know, we didn't know at the time. Obviously, it's a new raid. No one really knows what's going on. I'm sure it might have been rarer, but you know, no one knows for sure.
Yeah.
But it feels different now. Like
The day they said that expert modes give you significantly more chance of getting a purple, that's when I started to like stop and try out experts. And then I just like I ended up losing money because I was learning them and obviously paying 500k for every death. So I lost about probably like between 6 to 10 mil, not getting any purples. And now I've done like 20 experts, not had a purple.
Kind of like Nightmare, right? In the sense you put in a lot of money for breaking even.
Yeah.
But now there's more incentive to do so because the kit's released.
I don't think I'm gonna be doing. I mean, obviously, I'll still maybe do a few normals here and there, but I think from now on, I kind of want to be doing experts, even if it's in teams, because right now I'm doing solo attempts, and I'm very close today to finishing one actually.
I'm so scared. You're the opposite to me. I'm scared to do them. Experts in a team.
You haven't. From what I've seen in teams,
experts in
they're
a
not
team are
difficult.
free.
They're like not
They're
difficult
easier.
at all.
Okay.
Like you get so much extra time on the skulls. As long as everyone knows how to move with insanity, like knows the pace, it's so free.
Okay.
Honestly,
And you have one person that calls basically what side it last attacked on.
Do you not have walk the path on though?
No.
What is it? Pathfinder? Is that the one we use?
I don't even know what these things mean.
On my 300s at the minute, I just have more overlords on and stuff, and I don't have. I just literally the only one that I have on Warden is Insanity. Well, and the one that makes him attack quicker and stuff. And
for 300s. Do you have quiet prayers and less help needed as well?
I will quickly. I'm actually loading game and I will quickly show.
I found getting full supplies and your protection prayers not being nerfed like the coziest.
So for the 300 solos I've been doing right now, I've got hardcore run, walk for it, which is the 40-minute timer. I'm definitely going to reduce that. You know, quiet prayers, on a diet, needs some help, which is the 66% supplies.
Okay, yeah.
Lively larvae, more overlords, blowing muds, not just the head. Basically all the croc ones apart from upset stuff.
Grantt spitting incantations right
Stay
now. I have
vigilant,
no idea what this means.
all of Baba, and then all of Warden, and that's 300.
Okay, yeah. Interesting.
What do you guys think of invocations itself?
First, when I play tested, I hated them, and I was like, "Oh, it's just gonna get confusing, and people are gonna hate it and argue over it." And now that they're out, I feel like it would be really interesting to see if they had them at Chambers.
Yeah, because I started and I was like, "What the fuck is this? Like, why not just?" I was kind of just like, "Why not just have a flat raid where everything's difficult?"
I think invocations work because we only have 3 raids.
Right.
Yeah.
So for example, if you take a game like World of Warcraft, I don't play it, but I know it has like 40 summon raids or something, and everyone can kind of break down. Okay, this one's easier than that one. This one's the hardest. This one's the easiest. These are the ones in the middle.
This one you can choose your own path.
But when we only have 3, it's like we kind of have like 4 raids in one here. Like you can make this kind of anything you want. Like which is
yeah.
Cool.
It's interesting to see how people go about it, and I just found the whole thing weird to start with, but now that it's been out a while, okay, it's cool to have, and like you say, it's good to have something different among the other raids.
Wedges, what are your thoughts on experts as a team? You've probably done the most.
I fucking hate them.
I don't think I've done the most. I don't mind it. I think the only thing that really bothers me. Oh, have I?
Yeah.
The only thing that really bothers me is where, like you've invested that amount of time and you kind of have to have hardcore run on, like for the point. I hate it when you like wipe after being in there for 15, 20.
Right, yeah.
Like if you're not wiping on the first room, it's just demoralizing. I wiped earlier because of my connection. Well, I wiped at Zebak earlier on normal. It was a 220 raid, and I just planked, and I was like, oh, I really hope I haven't got hardcore on, and I spawned outside the room. I had to pay 500k. I got egged as well. It was not looking good, bro. Yeah, but I'm in max gear at the minute. I've been fortunate enough that the items dropped quite quickly, so I've been having a bit of fun running around with the shadow. Although, because my internet's so bad, I've been flipping it this evening.
Oh.
Making a bit of money. I've just sold it for 1.925.
Fucking hell, really?
And then
Stop leaking.
Well, I'm hoping I can pick it up cheap during the week.
You probably will.
Can't
Yeah.
do anything with it. I think that's the highest it's sold.
You'll make 100 mil on that overnight, I reckon. You'll buy it tomorrow for 1.85 again.
I don't know if anyone's noticed. Like, I'm quite into like seeing the prices and seeing where I can like invest money now, because I'm looking for like the next update and see where I can like put my money into and see if it goes up. Like, I've noticed a lot of people like buy their stuff for like the Friday, play over the weekend, dump their stuff, and then and then it'll drop a little bit, and then during the week people will like buy it of an evening, sell it, so it's cheap in the morning to buy stuff, and then in the evening times it's expensive. I don't know, it's really weird.
Yeah.
Like, even with the GE tax, I don't know why people were doing it.
Every single time
the items are so up and down.
I own everything apart from the staff now, so I bought the fang, the armor, the ring, and the ward. Every single time I've made which, I mean, I have made some, but like, for example, I bought the fucking ward for 160. We don't talk about that, but
you were one of them people.
Every single time I bought an item, I've bought it at like 4 in the morning for like 50 to 60 mil cheaper.
Yeah.
Like, I bought my fang.
Weird how it changes so quick.
And then when I woke up, it was 350. Like, it was just.
I don't get why prices fluctuate so much within the day. I thought it'd just be like a gradual. Like, I'm no fucking merch or anything. I don't really play my main much, so I don't pay any attention to prices of stuff. And I just always kind of thought it was like a gradual decrease as the weeks went on. But like you say, if it's bouncing up and down 40, 60 mil in a matter of hours, like, it's weird. I guess it's because it's new, right? And people.
I just bought
like...
this stuff early because I wanted to have fun. I didn't really care too much about the gold. Like, I bought the ring and the ward on like day 2 in the morning, and yeah, I got fucking giga scammed. Like, that thing's like 30 mil now. But you know what? Like,
as soon as I realized I could buy everything, like, I just bought it.
Yeah.
Because it's the last items I needed in the game. Like,
well, you're fucking stacked.
I was. Yeah, but
you can just buy a second Vivo for the sake of.
Yeah, shush, stop leaking. I was looking forward to having to work for the like money. I was hoping the staff with Scythe for ages, they were like over max cash for like weeks, weren't they? Don't look at the current Scythe price if you own one, because you will get upset and cry.
Well,
I tell you, it's 388 mil. La la la.
Is it? Oh my god.
Oh, fuck off.
Awful.
How is it? It's nearly the same price as a fang.
Yeah.
I have a scythe. Oh.
The rat meltdown.
I wonder why my value hadn't moved.
I was looking forward to working for some of the items, and just everything seemed to drop below 500 mil rapid. Like,
you think, Dan? Do you think? Because from the sounds of it, you were like, "Oh, Grantt, Tom."
Thanks, mate.
Oh, nice. Wait, you didn't Zolra?
Tom just got an onyx. Well done.
I'm just bowing Zora.
From the sounds of it, Dan, before ToA, you were like talking about how you were going to work on all the items, and I remember there was a point. It was only like it was probably like the first week into it, and you said like, "I've got everything now, and I don't know what to do." And then you're like, "I'm just going to buy placeholders for the sake of it." Like, were you a bit disappointed?
I'm buying a second. Yeah, I'm massively disappointed, because it's wow, it's all my like issues and stuff. But like, I don't understand how everything's so accessible, and like that it just shows how many drops are in the game. Because if they were rare enough and the raid was like,
because like obviously top uniques, like the first top took a day, and you saw someone with a rapier like a few days after, and you're like, holy shit, that guy's got a rapier. But on like day 2, you were seeing people with Missouri and stats, and like, oh, well,
do you know what really scares me about the prices though? And this is such an elitist thing to say, but when fresh worlds come out, I think all the gamers will stay playing the main game, and all the burgers will go off and play fresh worlds.
I thought it'd be the other way around, to be honest.
Credence. I'm sick of them.
No, trust me.
Is it?
The mid-level community will froth that shit, because they love to this is so elitist.
No, I know.
They love to think that they're
Chasing
chasing high scores for like the first few weeks and things, and some of them will. And then like as the fresh worlds get on, the pro players will like some of the pro skillers will start to like take the ranks, and then those mid-level people will get burnt out of the game completely, which means everyone in the main game will still be doing ToA, because if you're addicted to ToA, you're going to stay on the main game and do ToA, which means more items come in the game, and all those mid-level people that were aspiring to buy those items won't be anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just going to crash the prices.
I think that's pretty accurate, to be honest. But so are they actually confirmed, those fucking worlds?
Mate, they're definitely doing them. Yeah, they're coming out within the next 2 or 3 months, I think.
I thought it was like a poll, and I thought it failed because everyone was like, "Well, this is dumb."
They're not. I don't think they're polling it.
Is it? Because I read somewhere, or someone said they're having a shared economy.
No, it's a separate one, right?
Yeah, it's
well, that's what I would have thought, but I saw someone said it was shared, and I was just like, well, that's fucking
it's the whole
stupid.
idea of like fresh economy, you know, that thing. It's all.
Well, I'm probably gonna play it because I'm a big fucking nostalgia freak.
Boo.
Yeah, boo me all you want. I'm a big fan of minimalism.
If you played, obviously you play UIM, but if you played main game, right?
Yeah.
You would be aspiring to buy some of the new items right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But if you're moving to these fresh worlds, you're not going to care because you're going to be on the fresh worlds.
Exactly.
So the demand is going to decrease, and I think the likes of me, Dan, and probably you as well, Grant, we're all going to want to stay and play the main game, right?
Yeah, I'm not going
to do TOA and fill in log slots, blah blah blah. So I feel like the supply is just
up my arse and play the new servers.
I don't really see the point in fresh
blatant money grab that they're doing, and it's cringe. And I hope it rots.
I've always
carry on.
I'm signing a contract tomorrow for work on them, so I can't do anything. I can't say anything, but like I'm not a big fan of them. I like it's cool if people enjoy them, then that's great. But it's not for me.
I used to want like old school essentially, like because I quite enjoy the I really can't speak. I shouldn't be here. The minimalistic aspect of the game, I quite enjoy it, and like watching sort of Autumn Elegy, because he had like essentially his own version of like 2007 locked, like how it was when it released, and it was interesting to watch. But now like I feel like there's so much in the game now, like there's not much point. There's plenty to do. I think I don't know, I used to want it because I was like, man, the game's getting too easy and EOC. But now I just don't care. Like the game's 10 years old nearly, and it's
I'm the same. I'm with you on that, mate.
If you're gonna make separate worlds, reset the whole game. Everyone start again.
I'm not starting again. You see how much I've put into this game.
You can do it again.
I would not.
You say that.
I think I'll play for the first week just to go for high scores.
Oh, mate, if tomorrow they were like, right, Scott, sorry, Matt K here, fuck it, I'm gonna do an impression of him. He's not the company anymore, but right, everyone.
And ain't that Leeds goalkeeper?
Yeah.
I was gonna say someone else.
That was a terrible start, fucking hell. Right, everyone, so we're resetting the game because we're fucked it. I would still play, like I just would, like because I'm addicted. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
It won't be the same because everyone's just gonna be sweaty and it will be fast. Because when the game came out, we were all burgers. We didn't know how to play, so it was like. It was just fun, like figuring stuff out. But now everything's literally every single like intricacy of the game has been figured out, and you're gonna get fucking people.
YouTubers posting efficient guides so everyday Joes can tick manipulate.
That's the thing. People are gonna hop onto these fresh worlds where the idea is to be like all nostalgic and go back to how it was. Yeah. But you're gonna see motherfuckers at fucking the quarry like listening to fucking and free tick mining. Like you wouldn't see that shit in,
I thought Tom wasn't playing the new servers.
Yeah, no, you're right. And then you're gonna like. You're gonna get some people that just aren't gonna sleep.
Yeah, and it will take away the incentive because your average Joe is going to be like, "Oh, this is my chance to get on the high scores." Because someone
you'll have that one. I'm gonna flame content creators here, but you'll have that one content creator that will be rank 1 in something, and it will become their fucking identity and personality. And then they'll have it for a month, right? And then they'll get bored, and then some fucking like proper like He-Box Young type guy is just gonna smoke everyone.
Well, I can't. It just feels so temporary. I can't see this. Like, in a year's time, you're going to be mousing through the world and you're going to see one person online in the fresh world and it's autumn elegy.
Do you know what I was thinking about this, right? And people are going to boo me because I ruined Group Iron Man. Yeah, that's right, I did it. But I'm feeling this exact thing is the exact way I felt about Group Iron Man release. This is going to last 6 months and then no one's going to care.
Yep. Group Iron died so fast, it's kind of tragic. Like, how many Group Irons do you bump into when you're not at Winter Total Tempros? 0.
Piping names.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, I just ended up falling in love with Iron Man as a game mode and do it myself. That's like most Group Iron Men that you meet now.
Yeah.
They're like, they've disbanded and they're just still playing Iron.
They're just solo.
Yep.
Yeah. So, guys, ToA.
Anyway.
It's actually mad that T.
What's your favorite ToA boss?
My favorite. Well, are you talking mechanically or aesthetically or both? I'm a big art nerd.
Just like, what boss are you like you're in the raid and you're like, ooh, I get to do this one now.
I love it when I get past Kefri, I'm like, it's on now. Like the raid is doable.
Tom, the type of motherfucker to say it's on.
I hate Baba so much that anything
bring
else.
It on.
Baba is
Tom
a fucking
definitely says it's on like Donkey Kong. When
Baba's
he goes into Baba's room.
Well, Baba's like like the maiden of ToA.
It's
you just have to get through it.
I hate
annoying.
I hate Baba.
The room before sucks. The boss itself sucks. Fuck Baba.
When you go into Baba and spec 2 zeros with a claws or BGS, and then you're poking it with a fang, and then the 2 monkeys come out and they start lobbing you for 20s, and then they open the sarcophagus,
and then a rock
the
falls
shadow
on your
hits you at 24, and then you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna die on purpose because I don't want to eat this brew. Baba is just it's stubbornness that kills you there, but I hate it.
My favorite boss is definitely Croc, but at the same time, a boss I weirdly really enjoy is Kefri. I don't know why I enjoy it.
I hate Kefri.
I like the puzzle room's great.
The puzzle's my favorite path, and also I don't know. There's something about using the fang on Kefri. You just melt him. Like, it's just fun.
Yeah.
I really like
Akka's the best, right?
Akka, yeah.
I think Akka's the best.
I like Akka's puzzle as well. I'm shit at it, but it's cool.
I think the reason I like Croc so much is just the Tebow 1.5k XP drops.
The music.
And the music.
During the first week, I'm pretty sure whenever we got to Zabak, we were like, right, music on, guys. It's so good.
Simply reason why it's the best room.
So where would you... There's only 3 to choose, but you've got a raid tier list. Now that ToA's out and we've all done quite a bit, what would yours be from best to worst?
I'm gonna go worst to best for the suspense. The worst raid in...
Oh my god, I'm so suspensed.
All 3.
Ooh.
Chambers of Zarek, it's the worst one.
No,
I agree.
Number 2. Second best one is the Tombs of Amascut.
I wonder what the best one is.
The best is ToB. It's the best.
I agree. That's what mine would be.
That's such a top answer. People like Tob is my least favorite because only Tob people like Tob. Like you meet Tob people and they don't do anything else in game. They're just like, oh yeah, love Tob.
You know what? I love RuneScape because I play RuneScape.
I feel like people who enjoy all aspects of the game would say that Cox or ToA are the best.
My favorite is Tob, and then ToA, and then Cox.
Do you say Tob's the worst then?
No, Cox's.
Yeah, Cox is the worst.
Simply for one room and one room alone, and that is the crab room.
Tecton.
I hate it.
Right, Dan. What I don't get
Tecton's fine.
is Dan, is that you were bullying us in the light room, and like, you obviously knew what you were doing. So I thought, oh, Dan's obviously good at crabs because he knows how to do this room.
I'm good at crabs, but when you're coordinating it with other people, it's fucking horrible. Like the light room. So the light room.
How it's so hard.
It's not hard. Just line things up. Fuck me. I was putting them in like a line, and all you had to do was just look in a right angle to get them all set up so we could start the thing. And Grant was there fucking with his hands in his pocket and his pickaxe ready to mine. And he was like, I don't know how to do it. I'm just like,
well, you have a fire.
He could.
Wow.
That's fair, Dan. You are now the last member of Year Course to not have an Infernal.
I'm not being bullied into doing it. You can all
Right,
suck
Dan.
sour.
I remember on podcast episode.
Remember back in my day.
Okay, it was in a podcast somewhere, but you were like, when the new armor comes out, I'm going to get a cape. Why aren't you in there, soldier?
Yeah, do you want to know why?
Can't be asked.
You can't say internet.
No. Well, yeah, the internet is one thing. I wouldn't even dare step in at the moment. Imagine I get some decent progress and then the internet just dies. I would send letter bombs to Sky. I'd fucking honestly.
In game.
If you're an employee at
Sky, in game. Sky at the moment are the bane of my existence.
Have you left a bad review on Trustpilot?
No, I'm gonna leave a bag of shit outside their head office at this rate. I've literally had it up to my eyeballs with how much stress it is. They said that, oh yeah, it's all fixed. There's nothing wrong on our end. Hang up the phone. Go on my laptop. It's working fine. It's like they've pressed. Honestly, it's like they press a magic switch as soon as I fucking call up, and it works fine. The next day, gets to 6 o'clock. My internet is literally. I took a screenshot of it because I couldn't fucking believe it. I had 1.79 download speed. I was like,
you play on Wi-Fi, right?
Wrong.
To be fair, he did send me a Snapchat, and like it was like a 2.5, 3-tick delay. Like
if you had like Ethernet, if you were wired and it was doing that, then fair enough.
I've ordered some.
But you are on Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi's a bit poo.
He's ordered Ethernet now, so.
You're a bit poo. I'm getting a fucking cable, right? It was supposed to arrive today. Amazon let me down, and if I sound like shit on this podcast, no, I weren't on the phone to Amazon. I don't even think they've got a customer care line. Anyway, I will go to the Inferno.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I'm fucking addicted to ToA, and my little autistic brain sees number go up. So at the moment, like the reason why I'm not doing experts on my own, like solo, is because
you like the ranks, don't you?
Yeah, I like the fact that my rank at the moment is 65 for regular.
Yeah.
So I knew as soon as the kits come out that a lot of the better players were going to stop doing normals and just do experts because of the kits, and obviously it's better chance. And I just want, I don't know, like I got into like Chambers of Xerix really late. I got into Tob at the beginning of this year. Like I'm 4KC away from overtaking my top KC already.
That's another thing as well. Like I feel like with the other raids, like none of us did it like off the bat, right? Like
I have more ToA completions than any other raid now, even combined.
Yeah, like Cox and Tob came out, and like I could do them, I just didn't because like I didn't really have good gear. But with ToA, fucking everyone and their nan can do it, and like it's the first raid that's actually come out on release, and I've like.
Even though I have my
grinded out essentially
with ToA, like I most definitely have things I don't like about it, but 90% of it I really enjoy, and I will still say that this is probably the most fun I've ever had playing RuneScape.
Yeah.
Like, even though I'm a Tob fanboy, like it's like.
Yay, Tob!
Logging on with you guys and other people and just sweating the absolute shit out of this raid and figuring stuff out has been so much fun. So any negative criticism I have, I can't let outshine the fact that this is not only the most fun I've ever had on RuneScape, but probably any video game, to be honest.
Really? Wow.
I've ever had the most fun with. So it's a great
Loser.
I don't know if it's just me that thinks this, but with Cox and Tob, it took like ages for stuff to be figured out, especially efficient things.
Yeah.
But when ToA came out, you could do one entry. It's like I did. Like Tom said to me, you can literally do one entry and you'll be fine. And he was right, and I was shocked because like I've done 100 odd tops and I still don't really get it.
The thing about ToA is it's just so
But
simplistic.
I've done I've done
the
like,
mechanics are blaringly obvious, I think.
Yeah.
It's like you go. Tom said to me, "Okay, this is Kefri. I don't need to say what to do because you'll get it," and I just did.
Yeah.
Like it's
It
the thing
doesn't
with
help
Chambers
that
is
the
there.
final boss. Sorry, go on. It doesn't help with like
yeah,
the
you're
final boss. There's no sort of Verzik walk. There's no sort of
No.
tanking or
It's
anything
There's
hit
like
none
that.
of these.
Run
There's none
left
of
to
these
right,
intricate
change your prayers.
mechanics.
I watched the
No,
video
I
last
think
night.
it's very easy.
I watched the video last night, and to be fair, this guy had a lot of negative things to say, and I do disagree with some of the stuff he had to say. But the one thing he did say that I agree with is the fact that every single boss in ToA is just a DPS check. Hit boss,
Pretty much, yeah.
Hit boss, be potted, and that's it. There's no like, that was
Every time if you fail something in ToA, you're instantly like, so that's how you do it.
Yeah.
You'll throw the pot, you'll see the pot splash next to the acid pools, and you're like, oh, okay. And that's it. That's the mechanic figured out. Like, I feel like ToA is one of those things where your brain can figure out the whole thing in one entry mode. And
sometimes at Tob, when you die, there's like so much that's just gone on.
With Tob,
like,
you'd have no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
For so
like
many
P2
things.
Verzik, you get like hit, and then a crab explodes, and then fucking lightning, all this shit going on.
One thing I was gonna say about Chambers though is the fact that like Chambers is Eric to me. People will go, Inferno, but I think learning solo Chambers and doing it perfectly is the hardest piece of content in the game.
No, I agree.
And that's because Chambers
no
is so janky. Like it's so not designed to be.
It's like playing Smash Melee versus Smash Ultimate.
Yeah, well, ToA like everything.
That's a stretch of a comparison. I respect it.
Will made it on his Seibe cast. He was like,
really?
Cox is like the Smash Bros Melee of RuneScape raiding, and then like ToA is like so much more complete and easier to play.
Yeah, because like you essentially have to break the raid to pass through it.
Yeah,
like
it wasn't intended to be soloed, right?
Yeah, because like, people were like, "Is this raid going to be soloable?" And Matt K was like, like
actually,
everyone was like,
oh, thanks, Dino, mate.
Shout out to Dino for getting the first solo completion. Yeah, you have to break the mechanics of the monsters to. Why did I say monsters? We playing D&D. I was like, mystics, you've got to lure them and like break them so they get confused, so you don't lose any supplies. The like Vespula, that's like the intended way to kill it, right? Because you're meant to like feed the things, and then the things don't come out, and you attack the thing, but you just like fucking cheese it with redemption, and you win. And then Olm, you just fucking whiz around it, and he can't see you. They definitely. Do you ever look at that and think they intended that, or people just looked at it and like?
No, they did. They definitely didn't intend for people to kill.
The reason why you can make that many brews and stuff, like they definitely did not intend for it to be like that. They intended for you to go in, kill it, and like supply yourself with enough to kill it, not run back and forward and make that thing have whiplash by the end of it.
It was the same. Remember, they were designing it. I guarantee you they were in the office and they were like, "This is impossible to solo."
Yeah, because like fucking, I'm thinking of Verzik. It has 6 pillars. Do you guys remember on like the first day, people were like,
you used to use them all,
clenching for their life behind the pillars, like, okay, I'm gonna do a hit now. And now you just fucking in and out like you don't care, and you do it in one pillar.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when they
ToA
were doing
doesn't have any of this stuff.
no, because it's
It's
the
just
most
go
complete
in.
signed raid.
It does at the higher like stuff, but yeah, there's nothing.
You know it's bad when burgers can solo it. I'm not naming names, but you know who they are.
Name the names.
Oh my god. Sorry.
I hope she comes for your blood, mate. Honestly.
I'm
But
still
yeah,
annoyed.
overall, I think it's been a very. I'm sure they're really happy with it.
Mechanically and aesthetically, it's amazing.
It's the best.
I'm just a little bit disappointed because in my head, I thought this was going to be above top. I thought this was going to be the hardest raid.
To be fair to
My
them, though,
They
gripe-
said it wouldn't be, I think.
No,
No,
but
they said from the beginning.
yeah,
My
I just
gripe is
kind of
that
had,
we've had
I
to
just kind of
wait
had it in my head
4
like
years for it.
I just kind of had it in my head they were kind of like building it up, like
well,
so they got Cox and then topped Cox, and then I thought ToA was going to top that. But no.
though, like, is amazing and I love it. Tob, I think, is something that they actually regret. Not like the whole piece of content, but they regret making it as difficult as they do, because I think I read something about like, so there's like, I'm actually at the ToA bank. I'm gonna look how many total completions there's been in regular. So as of now,
Right, what's the numbers?
1.7 million total normal completions. Right, we're not gonna count expert because there's fuck all. There's like 100k.
It's probably like the same amount for top, right?
But in TOB, it's been out for 4 years. This has been about 5 and a bit million completions.
Are you running to the? Are you running to the top?
I'll go
board
now.
as we
Fuck
speak?
it. I'm going.
Take
I'm
your
going.
time. Right,
version
everyone,
Plaza.
you
Yes,
can
I'm
go
on
grab
my
a
way.
drink. We might.
I want to see if anyone's at Tob. Oh, it's fucking empty.
Mate, it's fucked. Like, I wonder if top will bounce because it's just not getting done right now.
Yeah.
There are a few people that
I mean,
are doing
if
it
you
because they
see-
love it, but
Have you
Dude,
seen the
there's
prices
crazy.
of the
okay,
third?
I'm right. Okay, so
Grant has the
1.7
numbers.
million TOA completions in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Guess how many completions Tob has done in 4 years?
I want to say 1.3.
No. It's a lot more than that.
Oh, okay.
But
5
in
million.
3 million.
5.5 million.
ooh.
Wow.
So TOA
I
has done a
reckon
third
TOA
of
will
that
be.
in 2 weeks.
Right. Okay. How many weeks are there
There you go.
in 4 years?
Has the Vernix shot up because there's just less?
They're like,
So
they're like
204. 204 too.
Hang on.
Yeah.
The Vernix are
Would-
90 mil right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told
What?
you that. And they're
Holy
massive.
shit.
They went
Okay,
from
let's do
39 to 90
Let's
Let's
mil.
do
110.
some maths, everybody.
Math.
Okay. So Grant, it was 1 point what in 2 weeks?
1.7 million in 2 weeks.
So 1.7 million divided
five-
by 2 to get 1 week. So that's 850k in a week.
Yeah.
And in 4 years, there's 208 weeks.
Yeah.
So if we times 8,500, I can speak. 8. I'm just gonna type in the numbers.
Size. What is going on with the prices?
Okay,
All
so,
over the place, mate.
right. So
Their
If we
X's are
do-
at 25 mil again.
if we
Mm.
do
All the burgers are
850,000
buying gear.
times the amount of weeks there are in 4 years,
Yeah.
we get 176.8 million.
Yeah, there you go.
Fucking
I mean,
hell.
I think burnout will factor into that.
Oh yeah, of course, but
Yeah,
We get
but
those
just to put
kind
it
of
into
that says
perspective,
that says a
Like-
lot.
Yeah.
yeah, this
Fucking
is
hell.
so much more accessible than
It really shows. I don't like. There's not a way to see how many cocks have been complete, is there?
Shall I go check?
There's not like.
Fuck it, I'm getting
there's
my
not-
medallion.
Is there a board that
There is a
tells you?
board. I'm off.
Mm.
Is there? I don't
There
know.
is,
Right, everyone, just hang tight.
Read recruiting board. No, actually, read the scoreboard. Wait, I'm here. Let's have a look. Fuck, it's not telling me. No, please. Right, we can't find out. This is shit. All right, never mind. I'm gonna
I
guess.
thought that.
20 million. That's my guess.
Oh, that's so many, bruv.
I thought there wasn't that many.
Yeah,
to be honest.
ToA will catch up to everything, I think.
Do you guys
Oh, yeah.
feel like when you see an iron with a scythe and a T-bow, you're like, wow. But now I feel like when I see an iron with a staff or Missouri, I'm like,
It's not as impressive. Is it?
yeah, no, it's just kind of like,
No, I like.
it's cool to
I
see.
respect
but-
it because they're going for it, but I
You
I'm
can be
kind
good
of
at the
interested to
game
see.
and have shit gear, and yeah.
Well, what I want to see in the next 6 months is like new hardcores being made, and I want to see which path they take. I want to see them
Every.
like, not that kind of path, you Melvin. Like, I want to see, do they go to Gauntlet now? Because that used to be like the meta.
Probably.
Do they
still,
go
yeah.
to Tombs of Amascut?
I mean,
Like,
you're
I
gonna
don't know,
want
it's
you're gonna
very
want the
interesting.
both if you don't have a T-bow.
What would the order
Yeah.
actually be? Would it be like
You could do low
Probably
for the
invocation.
prayers, and
Yeah.
then I guess doing top or a rapier is kind of like casting a
Yeah.
net, you know.
I've seen a lot of Iron Man. Like, I had a Zamorak spear because we did a random corp trip, and we hardly ever do corp. And all of a
Yeah, I
sudden,
did
I
the
saw
same.
that it was 20 mil because a load of like noobs were like buying hasters to go to tombs because they couldn't afford rapiers. So I was
Yeah.
like, well, see you later, Mr. Scythe. You are going straight into GE for less than 5%. And I never look back. But no, I'm kind of excited now to take. I'm gonna give it a week, and I'm gonna start camping Zami for the pet off task with the shadow.
Are you
I
gonna
wanna start
melee it?
using
Oh,
Oh,
is
no,
it
you're gonna
is
shadow
Shadow
it.
best at
Yeah,
Zami?
it's nuts.
Ah.
It's interesting because like in my head, I just think like maging Zami, it just
Shadow
doesn't
is
sit right.
everywhere at the minute. Shadow is
I've
like I
s-
saw
The only
Solo
goal
Mission
was
do
one
one
you
attempt
got
at
used-
Zora and he got a new PB.
No
Hmm.
way.
The
Well,
one
just
you won't
main
use-
handing it or
Yeah, like T-bone method, but staff.
You've got to
Very
shout
good video.
die every time you do it though.
I think my neighbours will have something to say about that.
Oh!
I think I'm
What's
murdering
what's everyone's favourite moment so far at ToA?
Danji.
I was gonna say
No.
the same.
Goodbye. Yeah, that was very funny. I
don't
enjoyed
make
that.
me cut this. Like I'm not
can't
going
put
back
Danji
through this
back,
whole
yeah.
podcast to cut this out. Shut up. My favorite moment
Yeah,
in ToA is
okay,
Dan
we
going
can't-
die, or when
Yeah,
we
okay,
were just about to do Warden P2 and he's like, "Mum, can I have chicken balls?"
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, okay. That's fine.
So when Dan got a staff quite early, and he was
Yeah.
showing it off basically.
Hang on.
And
I bought the staff early. I did not get it
Yeah,
as a
that's
drop.
true. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah,
Thank
he
you.
bought the staff early. We haven't had a staff yet, sad. And then every time he shot the thing, he would shout, "Die!"
Die! Die!
And then we were like, "Dan, do the thing," and he was like, "No, I don't want to now."
I liked
It
it
hurt my
when
throat.
I liked it when Zebak screeches, I too screech. But no,
But
with
it-
the chicken balls.
I can't think of a move. I think our first purple was pretty cool. Just to like see it
Yeah.
and like seeing the chest open.
Yeah,
We were like,
it's the
"Oh my
best
god,
purple
what's it
chest
gonna
of the
be?"
For sure.
Yeah.
It's the best purple. It looks so good.
I love the anticipation because like the others, you just like open it and get it, and you're like, oh.
Yeah,
But
it's
this is
the
the
best
suspense
fight
to it, and you're like, "Ooh, what's it gonna be?" And then it's a little fucking ring, and you're like, "Well,
loop. Yeah,
Oh,
it's the
Mate,
best.
the amount of I had 3 rings in a row, and I literally the depression level sank in. It was so demoralizing at one point because we weren't seeing any of the good items.
yeah." Has
I've
anyone
made enough money now.
since I've had my little break? Has anyone got on a staff?
No.
No, just Zoe.
Wow,
Yeah,
still.
There must be over 2,000 completions in our clan, right?
Yeah,
Probably
easy.
more.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I'd say more.
I don't know.
Probably.
Like,
there's a lot of people doing it. Like,
Yeah.
you think Arlen's done like 150 on his own, for example. Like, I think so.
It's
One
a
thing I
good
was gonna
number
ask-
in the clan.
Sorry,
though,
Karen.
I think. No, it's sorry. You.
I was saying one thing I was gonna ask though, and this kind of takes away from TOA, but like with obviously this being the third raid, is like Are we getting a 4th raid, or do you reckon this is it for a while?
I want
I
want an underwater raid.
I would like
And
raids.
you fight
I would
a
like
big
remixed
crab.
raids, so like Cox remixed. Remix.
Why did you just do a Scooby?
Welcome to Maiden.
I had a dream, like last week, that I designed raids for.
Oh
And
yeah, I
it was
remember you
like-
telling me
And
this.
it was like an ice themed raid, like set up in the fucking like Trollheim area, like where the
That'd be
fucking
cool.
Majorat people used to chill out, like up
Yeah.
like that. I had a thing up there, and there was like frost dragons and shit. And, like,
I really
that
don't know
was-
what. I mean, what do you guys think is next?
I-
Not
I
even
honest-
like talking about raids, just like in general.
I genuinely think that we've just started a new wave of everyone being obsessed with cosmetics,
Yeah,
and
Brand new era.
we're gonna get remixed content.
Stop
Yeah.
saying
Trust me,
remix.
just hear me out, bro. You're gonna
Can't you
you're
just,
gonna be able
like,
to get this like
remaster
gem that you can put in to
Remix.
Cox, and it will give you like Olm 2 and everything, and you'll get kits for shit from it, but it'll be the same base rewards. Like you still get T-bow will be like your reward, but you'll get like T-bow ornament and all that shit. Just from that means that they can have new high level PVM content that people care about without there having to be new BIS weapons. I honestly think now that because there's BIS staff melee weapons, and like there's no room for any better weapons, right? Surely.
I mean,
there's
we're done.
We've got new best in slot melee, new best in slot range, and new best in slot mage. Like,
Yep.
what's
One thing I
next?
was thinking though is like to go back to what I said. Is this the last raid we'll get?
No.
I reckon we'll get raids
Alright,
4,
And when
it'll
I say
be
that, I don't mean a
themed.
remix raid. I mean a new one.
Stop saying remix.
They will. They are 100% gonna expand on existing raids, and not have a
Yeah.
new
That
one
count
for
as a new raid,
ages.
though?
But then you say that, and they already have. But I don't see how they can expand
mode
it more.
TOB.
The only one they can expand on is, well, they've already expanded on ToA.
They'll have a Cox
Already.
2 that will be completely
Cox.
new
Do it,
mechanics.
Paxos.
Maybe same bosses or like similar bosses, and the rewards will be purely cosmetic, and you'll still get like your
I
rolls
can
of
see
T-bow
that.
and stuff.
I've got. A
I can
feeling
see
we're
that
gonna be-
happening after the they wrap up these quest line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon we're gonna get that, and I also reckon at some point we're gonna see curses
Yeah, so don't I.
Oh
Raids
yeah, I guess
4
curses are the
in
new
the
thing.
ice mountains.
If
where
Soul
you...
if Soul
Right.
Split comes into the game though, it's just gonna be fucking too
It's
easy.
already in
Bro.
the game.
Well,
man.
Imagine
let's
Soul
get-
Split with Fang because you're always hitting.
Let's get the fucking
Mm.
RuneScape 3 boss list up. What can we yoink? Right, QBD,
Hello.
Calfight King,
Give me it.
Telos,
Give me it.
What even is
Give
Telos?
me
Rise
it.
of the Six would be
Mm.
incredible.
Give me
just
it.
saying.
What even is Telos?
Telos is the
A big
the
spooky boy.
next.
He's the guardian.
Telos-
No.
no,
He's the guardian in Tombs of Amascut.
Well, yeah, kind of, but what is it?
He's pretty much
Telos,
the same
Telos
thing.
is the he's the next of God Wars 2. Just in RuneScape 3,
Okay.
they have 3
There's
God
like
Wars dungeons.
because my brother plays RS3 and he goes on about like prestiges and stuff. I'm like, I have no idea what that means.
Prestige. I mean, there's Enrage. I don't know about
It's-
Prestige, but like
Oh,
Enrage
that's
just
probably
makes
what
the
it
boss get harder, right? So the higher the
Oh,
Enrage,
Christ. Sorry.
the higher the Enrage on a boss, the harder it becomes to kill. The harder it hits. It's basically like Invocations, but instead of like different mechanics, it's just a flat buff boss. And every time
Right.
you kill it, it gets more difficult.
Is
So
this
it
what?
basically prevents farming.
Is this the future of old school? We're going back to Cox and Tob, but we've added invocations, and then you get a golden twisted bow.
Yep.
Oh
Probably.
Christ! I don't want to play any. It just sounds boring.
Yeah, but you're still getting like your deck scrolls, your twisted bows, and maybe even like the turmoil and stuff comes from like that new raid as well.
One thing I really want actually, because since basically like old school's content is just like we have this, but what about hard mode?
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
not a
this,
fan of that.
I have this idea though. Well, not idea, as a RuneScape 3 concept, but I think hard mode barrows is sick. Like
Hard
Rise
mode
of the-
barrows.
It's called Rise of the Six in RuneScape 3, where you fight all 6 of them together, and they all have like individual mechanics.
Oh yes,
They're
that's cool
like-
because if you read into the lore of barrows,
yeah, they're meant to be
they
mighty
sound-
warriors.
yeah, they sound fucking sick. And then you go and like fucking tree hit him with a trident. You're like, oh.
But like in RuneScape 3, it's you know actually at Barrows, you know the little like well next to like the little houses next to Barrows.
Yeah.
It's down that well. That's where Rise of the Six is, and basically you
cool.
fight. There's two sides to an arena. And there's three brothers on each side, and they're all like sick. So like ToA would like smack you into the ground because he's got hammers, and like Guthrin would throw his spear at you.
Cool.
Darok used to like spin in the middle with his axe and like come at you like a fucking Beyblade. Honestly, it's so cool.
Will you be rewarded for it?
I'd hope so.
What would you be rewarded?
You used to get the shields, didn't you?
Barrow's
Yeah,
G. Barrow's pet.
Barrow's pet.
Well, in RS3, you used to get the 3 tank shields, which is the malediction. It's malevolent.
Odium.
There were shields, but like, and the energy to make new melee armor, but obviously that wouldn't work in here. I don't know what the rewards would be. I just think it'd be cool.
I really don't know what's next for the game.
Quit.
Open Menethos.
God, I hope so.
Menethos would be really cool, actually.
I'm surprised Menethos. I had the idea that Menethos was coming with this whole thing.
They will do Menethos.
No, it's just kind of empty.
There's no way they don't do Menethos.
Well, when they first pitched ToA, I thought it was going to be like beneath Cursed Sands. When I heard that name, I was like, it's going to be below Menethos. So they just plonked down this pyramid out, like just next to Sophanum. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I think Menethos would be cool. The only issue though is since I played RS3, is I kind of always compared to that. Like when Prif came out on old school, like it was just such a disappointment because
Prif was cool.
Yeah, but on RS3, Prif is nuts.
Like, so is old school.
Boo! Old school Prif is better than RS3 Prif. Sorry, Grannt.
Nothing to do.
Wrong.
Old school Prif is the fucking money city.
Yeah, but you've got Gauntlet, which is the worst content of all time.
Right, I'm gonna kick him. Sorry.
It's so bad. I'm sorry.
Shut up. You're just shit.
It's because you're bad at it. I can't
enough.
get a sub 730.
I have got a sub 730.
Mate, Gauntlet's so good.
Gauntlet is fun.
Mate, if you think ToA is accessible, Gauntlet is the best way to do accessibility.
Gauntlet's harder than
or
ToA.
you don't need anything to go in there, and then you go in there and it's like
Is that remixed Gauntlet?
It's just boring. Volcano sucks.
Okay, Volcano sucks. I'll give you that.
The agility course is just clicking.
Yeah, but 2-tick woodcutting though.
What do you mean it's just clicking? It's like every other agility course.
Exactly. Like, and that's the things all
agility
they have.
You're just going around in circles. At least this is dynamic.
There's a
portal.
Yeah, but it's like, we have this brand new city. We have the worst boss of all time. With a
it's not though, is it? It's so good.
Mad. It's cool.
It's pathing perfected.
You're
just that's the podcast title, Pathing Perfected.
Pathing
Perfected.
Clouded by nostalgia. Pathing Perfected.
I think.
Mate, you want to talk about pathing? The pathing in Zebak room gives me an aneurysm. Those fucking waves have made me swim in that soup too much.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Good fun.
So, old school is coming to 10. I wonder
When's
if we'll
its
get
birthday?
a new skill. I think it's end of Feb.
I was gonna say something, but Tom would have lost his mind.
Mate, I'm not editing this. I'm not editing things out on this podcast anymore. You're all accountable if you say dumb things. Okay.
Shut up. Where?
I'm uncancelable. No one's coming for me.
Are we getting a new skill?
I want one.
I hope not.
No.
Boo. Boo. New things. Wah.
I'm surprised Sebe wants one. I was talking to him about it when I was on his podcast.
I just kind of think the game's so old. I feel like it's going to happen at some point. I mean, I don't want one, but...
Alright, bring on triple XP. Bring on fucking Wheel of Luck.
We're getting Herblore remixed.
Don't you dare.
Herblore remix, bro.
I'd be more open to skills getting 120s and like expanding it.
Honestly, more down for that.
Yeah, I agree.
I just want curses. Curses make sense now because fucking Thingy Mabob has it. Next. Thank you.
No.
So to recap,
ToA good.
do we like ToA?
Yeah, it's great.
ToA all right. It's fun,
It'll
but
be
I
alright
was
when
at
I get
I
Shadow.
feel like I've shit on it, but I do actually love the content. It's
Well,
very
Yeah.
good. I feel like people's takes on ToA are very much their own personal opinions and experiences, which is a good thing.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's always going to be negatives, these kind of things, but from an update point of view, the launch, the way it looks, the way it plays,
I had
engagement,
a revisit to a tweet because I remembered someone made a bingo card about it, and they were just like flaming it straight up.
Yeah,
And I ain't gonna say their name, but like I revisited their Twitter, and they obviously love it because they're like top page.
Posting all. I was gonna say.
think it's like
Yeah.
posting all their-
Like it's pretty obvious who it is. It's one of those PVM content creators that just like always have something to say and then end up doing the content nonstop. Anyway,
yeah.
not
It's
like
so
only
old
one of their bingo card predictions was right, and it wasn't even like a detriment to the raid itself. He just like flamed the fuck out of it before it even come out.
I've not seen this tweet, but I can
And
only imagine.
he's not even said anything after, but like, oh yeah, I'm really enjoying this. But you can tell because he's top page. Like
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like it's a good update. Like based off that alone, that people were so quick to flame it before it even come out, and now that it's out, they're obviously enjoying it because it's all they're doing.
That's just anything in this game. Even I fucking do it. Like I'd like when I say shit and then I go and do it. And I'm like, ooh.
To be fair to Jagex, obviously they get the kind of bad rep because the updates come out and there's a rollback and yada yada yada. But when it comes to the raids,
got it all right.
Chambers, TOB, and TOA, I'm not saying flawless, but it's been pretty damn good every time they've come out.
I want to say because it's such a big update and there's more eyes from the higher ups that they can't fuck it up. I've just got that feeling that there's someone like sniffing down their necks that if they fuck it up, there's going to be
Their
consequences.
jobs on the line.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me with that place, but like, it is a big important like release. They've got to get it right because this. Do you remember the backlashes from like some updates, like where the game's down for like days, and just the tweets and the memes? They do all of that marketing, and then it just gets shit posted by us lot because we're frustrated.
I mean, it did happen the other day. I thought it was hilarious.
What with?
Fucking, they added kits and then Hunter just broke.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Fucking hell! How did that happen?
It's so funny. How does that happen?
You had a really good tweet. What was it? Let me
It
find
was just OSRS adds kits. Hunter dies.
Dies. Yeah, it did make me laugh.
It just makes no sense. But it's like anything in this game, like fucking Farming Guild gets added and a T-bow gets added. Like you can just go pick up. Wonder what the next big fuck up is.
I don't know how it's all correlated, like how kits broke Hunter. It might have been like the Hunter kit itself, or like
maybe.
I don't know if the art is similar to something else.
Do you reckon we're gonna get corgi pets now?
For RuneScape's 10th birthday.
All right, everyone, if you're listening to this podcast, please take 1 minute to pay her respects.
Long live the king.
Bro, did you know when the national anthem says "Send her victorious"?
Yeah.
I listened to the new. I was watching the cricket as you do, and they said "Send in victorious," and I was like, that lyric has
They changed it already.
Oh yeah, they were singing "God
to.
Save the King." And it was, mate. If you turn on the TV right now in the UK, that's all there is.
God save the king.
Did you see there was like that news? There was like a video on the news of the like loads of people standing outside Buckingham Palace after
so
she passed,
cringe.
and it was just the most whitest bunch of Tories going.
Their names
And
are
there was this bloke there was this bloke right in front of the camera, and he was all like red-eyed and sniffling, and I'm like, get a fucking grip, lad. Like, what is wrong with you?
I don't
He's
get
the
it.
type of guy to be like, well, when I did sports day when I was 12, and she cut a ribbon, so I've actually met her, and we're good friends.
It's
If no one
different
was
if
looking,
it's
she
like
would
your
have
family
spat
or your
on him.
friend, but
You don't know her. You don't. Oh, I
I
don't
wouldn't
get
just
it.
sat here. I'm just sat here a Scot. It's like if I speak,
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
Have you
fucking
seen the
I-
videos of like elderly women, like the news breaking to them? I saw a video on TikTok, and there was this woman. There, like, it was a family meal in a harvester, and you just hear.
This podcast is taking a turn for the worst.
oh my god.
Oh,
Anyway, thoughts on the
the
Queen,
UK, up
everyone?
the monarchy.
It's really
Don't read
sad
my
that
own
the
let's
Queen
move
never
on.
got to get a kid from ToA.
Next. Oh, mate, I went to the GE like an hour after she died, and there were people standing there in Royal, being like taking donations for the Queen. Like, shut up.
Harry did it. He rocked up
That's
at
hilarious.
ToA.
I bet Harry did it. I bet he made bank as well, like selling Royal Crown.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Oh my god.
Fantastic.
Or I went into Morrison's on Friday, which is the day after, and it's just like all these old ladies, and they were so miserable. Like the whole fucking supermarket was silent, and it just had like, you know how they play really bad like cheesy music in fucking supermarkets. It was just that blaring,
Oh yeah.
just really
I've just
quietly.
got a
It's so
vision.
awkward.
I've just got a vision of you in Morrison's, but your headphones are in. You just listen to like fucking like.
I was in there loving life. Everyone's
Getting
just
your
fucking
fucking
miserable.
monster.
To play devil's advocate, like that, all that stuff is really cringe. But I also find people like relishing death cringe as well.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like if
Yeah,
it's like
sad.
all that they're doing is like going around Twitter like, oh, she's dead. Like I feel like that's just as weird. And they're the type of people to be
Yeah.
like, she's evil. Yeah, like okay, fair enough. Like I don't like the royal family. I think it's stupid. But also like relishing death that much
Who
for
cares?
that period of time is just weird.
The only person it was epic for was Margaret Thatcher. Ding dong, the witch is dead.
I've got to say that some of the memes have been brilliant, especially the wrestling ones.
Mate, the memes have been great.
The Breaking Bad memes of like. It's like Charles, like 1 minute after she dies, say my name. The king, you're goddamn right.
I'm on the hunt for the most offensive Queen-related.
No.
Anyway, right.
Anyway, you've been listening to
Yeah.
Oh,
the greatest British podcast. We are the greatest British podcast. Is there any other RuneScape podcast that's British?
Rakesy
there
has
is.
one.
Yeah, but he's got like American.
Yeah,
Why did you
true.
laugh?
You can't make that
Gr-
noise.
Grant's like, people from the West Country don't count. As a
That's where
Scot.
I'm
don't
from.
fucking-
Fuck off.
I don't fucking count.
How come you and Rakesy sound so different, even though you're like pretty?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
I
he's
don't
just
know.
pure
Because Racey's from
Bristolian,
Canner.
whereas I've got kind of like, I've got like a bit of Welsh, a bit of Irish. I'm like fucking
Bit of
all over the
weird.
place.
Whose
Yeah.
cult is that, Jack?
Now I'm just a weird
Whose cult
fucking
is that, Jack?
offspring. Whose shoes are those trainers?
The mine's the middle one. No, man.
Right,
Anyway.
we've reached the point where Grant goes into his little moment. So I think we'll call the podcast there. Do we all agree? Just before Grant gets cancelled. Thanks for listening, everyone. We were discussing today. We sat down with our pen and paper, and we were like, right, chaps, let's do something about this podcast. And we were like, we're going to try and make it a regular thing. And we were like, okay.
And then Dan's internet.
And then Dan's internet
Died.
started levitating.
Yep.
Like do it.
First the Queen, now Sky internet connection. Who's next?
Oh, for fuck's
Is that a promise or a threat?
Say hello. to
Anyway,
your
yeah,
loved
guys,
one.
thanks for
Make sure they're
listening. God
safe.
save the king.
Thanks for
I'll
listening.
see you
Up,
all.
up
Stay
Chelsea,
safe out
FC.
there. We'll be back with more fucking.
Fuck
I think
Chelsea
next.
is shit.
Should we get a
if
guest
you've
on?
We could get a
I'd like to
guest.
guess them.
I was gonna say. I think next week's gonna
Press
kind of
1 in the comments. if you
return
wanna
to
be a guest.
normal. Yes, press 1 in the comments. If you made it this far, and you do have questions, please
Don't ask.
let us know. Don't ask. Just be quiet.
Just shut
we
up.
don't want to hear from you. Shut
Just
up.
press 1 in the comments. That's it.
Just
If
press
you made
one,
it, it's fine.
and then-
Looks good.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's about it.
Well,
yeah.
Cheers.
Cheerio, everyone, and God save the king.